Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back with another recording of Hearthstone. Today is Friday, March 16th. We started late, but it was giving me some slight hope that now it's starting to dash, that I might finish a little early today. We need to get 2 Tavern Brawl victories and play Hunter class cards. If I can get the 2 Hunter Tavern Brawl victories relatively quickly to the point where I don't need to play any more Hunter class cards, then where I do need to play more Hunter class cards, I can go into regular gameplay. We are approaching 2/3, I would say, of the month being done. I don't think I'm getting to rank 19 on any of my rank play. It would be the perfect time to play ranked play, though. There's really no reason not to. But yeah. But I don't think I'm gonna make it to another rank. At the very least, starting next month, I will have not as far to go, I think. And I'm looking at games. There's this indie game called Piano Cat. It's from the creator of Polyworld, which came out March 26th, and nobody has reviewed it at all. So, yeah, when you have one game that came out, oh well, Polyworld is coming out March 26th, so it's not available yet. And it doesn't look that interesting either. This looks like some Unity assets basically mixed together. Piano Cat looked a little bit different. Looked like it might be a game, but now looking at it from a more skeptical, you have to be very skeptical looking at these games. Yeah, I don't think Piano Cat's anything worth playing. Let's see. Minecraft on PC, Xbox One, and Android has added opt-in experimental features. Let's see. This is the Bedrock Edition, the new cross-platform version currently available on Xbox One, PC, and smartphones. Not the Java version. So it's going to be kind of like Java Edition snapshots, which really have the newest features, in my opinion, and always will until they just stop supporting the Java Edition. Minecraft has too many different versions, and they need to merge them all back into the Java version. In all honesty, if they could just have a very short break between the latest Java version snapshot and getting all the other versions to work and have the same features and work the same way and have mod support, if they could do that, which is asking a lot, certainly, then I think they could get rid of the fact that the Java Edition runs on Java. I don't feel like too many people really care that it runs on Java. They just care that it has the newest features and it has mod support. We already talked about the Crew 2 coming out in June. Beta signups are open. I don't particularly promote people playing beta Seems like that's really, really silly. Let's see. Control another mech. Will I control another mech? I don't think I will. So, but let's just play this anyways. The Minecraft Console Edition developer has invested in the Scottish studio Puny, P-U-N-Y, Astronaut. 4J Studios, the developer behind the console version of Minecraft, have invested a six-figure sum into the Scottish indie studio Puny Astronaut. The cash will help the Dundee-based developer, also the recipient of an Unreal development grant, bring its first game to market. Founded in 2016, a group of former Abertay University students taking part in the Dare to be a digital game designs competition. Puny Astronaut has been working on its debut title Sky, S-K-Y-E, ever since. So interesting. So people have some faith in this game Sky, so when it comes out, that'll be interesting. Let's see. This and this and that. I'm looking at a very odd looking trailer that doesn't seem like it could possibly be indicative of a game. A lot of poorly drawn animation. There's a certain, well, there's quite a few animation styles that I just label as bad animation, because it doesn't go to one extreme or another. If the squiggle line animation style, for instance, is probably a great example of that. Weapon. Just start of your turn, summon a demon from your hand. Yeah, if only I had a demon. Like, I might have a bias against certain artistic styles. I don't know. So I'll have to leave this point and click adventure with this oddly looking animation style. Perhaps I could argue that it is the furthest you could get in at least one direction away from the bright colors and smooth lines that you see in most animes. It's a free-to-play game. It's SOL 705. It has 5 reviews right now. Came out October 22nd, 2017. Doesn't that say something though? Like, when this is a free-to-play game and only 5 people have bothered to review it in months. And I have no clue why this is on my list. Somebody is pulling tricks. I can definitely sense that. That they're changing their release dates. They're getting rid of reviews or something. Yeah, from my own personal subjective opinion, I don't think SOL 705 is probably a good game. The 705 is under the SOL, so it's as if the SOL was rotated 180 degrees. I kind of wonder if SOL is the standard military term for poop out of luck. Yeah, I can't recommend this game at all. There's nothing here I see that I would like, or I think many people would like. There's a subway simulator game from Simulators Live, who have several simulator style games, I guess, for the small niche audience that likes that. You might enjoy Subway Simulator. It looks nice, but how much of that is the assets that you made and how much of that is assets other people made? The subways look nice. Now that I'm looking at the people look awful. Subway stations look alright, but I mean, an empty subway station and an empty subway is not a very hard thing to animate. Let's see. I got pointed to a game called Dead in Vineland, which came out April 12th. It's from developer CCCP, who also have Hospital Manager and Dead in Bermuda, which I believe Dead in Bermuda might be free to play right now on Origin. Maybe not. It seemed like they're survival simulator games, and I closed the tab and don't even care enough to go back and look. So Dead in Vineland, Dead in Bermuda. If you want a probably poor quality survival simulator game, look up those. I'm thinking if I see any game that has stick in the name, I probably don't want to play it. Just a general ban, in the same way that I have a general ban against RPG Maker games. Any stick figure fighting games have long since been played out. This one, Stick War Castle Defense, is $15, ridiculously high. I would say stick figure animation, another good example of poor animation, just bad animation. That goes beyond what I would consider an acceptable level of minimalism. If you actually study minimalistic art style, I think you'll find that there's, in these small changes and small distinctions, a lot of importance and intention implied. Drawing stick figures is not really adding intention or importance to it. It's just being lazy on the animation. So this game in English, apparently. VR game called Natural Landscape 3 Gorges, and then also in simplified Chinese. HTC Vive game. It looks like you're just riding in a speedboat looking at a landscape, so it's probably not very good. For $9, I wouldn't buy this, because I don't think there's really a game here. I think it's kind of a sitting simulator. If we have to phrase a new key phrase, on rails type walking simulator. Cards cost $5. That wouldn't be too bad. Or I could do this. What's this do? There's a game called Lonely Astronaut that came out March 16th. Let's see if this is any good. Thought there was a new cartoon or something on some channel about an astronaut who was stuck in space, and I think that's where this is coming from. This is really just asteroids again, isn't it? It's just yet another rip-off of asteroids for $2.70. Graphics don't look good. No user reviews. Let's see. Yeah, I just don't see anything here at all that would make you actually want to play this game. It feels like something you might run into similar scenarios just playing Kerbal Space Program, and I can't even suggest people play Kerbal Space Program because then Kerbal Space Program's too expensive. Let's see. Here you go. Multiplayer monster raising farming simulator called Legends finds a publisher ahead of its Steam release. This game caught my eye. This is a PC Gamer article because it's, well, frankly, because it looks like a bunch of chibi 3D models and a bunch of anime monsters, and it looks different from Slime Rancher, which would be, I guess, a similar competitor, although I would argue that Slime Rancher very possibly was more focused only on the slime ranching. I guess the one thing I'd like to know is, did Slime Rancher ever really finish, or are they still adding things to it? And this is more characters instead of a first-person perspective, and it seems like it's fishing and farming. Unfortunately, the problem there is, after playing Stardew Valley, I am definitely not willing to play a farming game. Like, I just am not. And this is a Kickstarter game again, so I can't find a Steam link for it, but they got $630,000, it seems, from 7,000 backers so far. It says it's coming to Steam, Xbox One, PS4, and Switch, so we may see this game Legend eventually. After your minion plays the thing, attack it. Yeah, so this game caught my eye because of PC Gamer, but again, it's just a hype train instance. It's like, there's no Steam, there's no release date, there's nothing whatsoever that would make you want to, let's see, play a taunt. Let's discover a hunter card. There's another terrible asteroid game I'm not even gonna bother to mention. And it seems like asteroid games are very common. Very, very, very common in the in the list of games that are flooding Steam. Now, Total Biscuit in the Co-optional podcast said that there were hundreds of games coming to Steam. Following what's on Steam's Twitter account is not showing me hundreds. It is showing me at most 100, I would say. I'd say there's probably less than 20 a day that I'm seeing, which still is a significant amount and is going to require me to try and do some different things. Oh man, did he steal my card? I think he did. So if I try to play this like now, just play that, and I don't see any reason to change those. Yeah, that's not a game worth mentioning. According to Gamma Sutra, Hellblade Suna's Sacrifice, I guess it's not Susuna, it's Senua. Suna's Sacrifice leads the BAFTA Game Awards 2018 nominations, which is 45 games have been nominated for this year's award. Let's see if we have actual numbers. Horizon Zero Dawn is the second most nominated, and Legend of Zelda and Gorogoa have received 5 nominations. What Remains of Edith Finch is the third, nominated with 7. Let's see. They don't give an actual number. They're left and right most minions. I guess that kind of works. I don't really see a reason why you would want to list out the numbers or particularly reward people who are just nominated, because we have no clue for BAFTA what the nomination process is. Is it, do you just fill out a form? Is there some kind of council that looks at it? Is it a general vote for nominations and then a general vote through that shorter list for non-nominations? Without knowing the system, the awards don't make a lot of sense, and by the end of the day, when you do see who wins the awards, I'm often disappointed and find it just kind of like a pointless waste of time anyways. This? Discover a beast. Need something big too. And end the turn. So the full listing here, we can take a break from new games, is Artistic Achievement. The nominations are Cuphead, Gorogoa, Hellblade, Horizon Zero Dawn, Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Uncharted, Lost Legacy. Best Game, Assassin's Creed Origins, Hellblade, Horizon Zero Dawn, Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, What Remains of Edith Finch. Debut game, Cuphead, Gorogoa, Holy Night, Night in the Woods, The Sexy Brutale, and Slime Rancher. Which I doubt Slime Rancher will win because I'm probably the only person still talking about it. A Game Beyond Entertainment award, which is probably just going to be, does this game have a political message that most of the gaming industry agrees with? The options are Bearing Me My Love, Hellblade Sooner Sacrifice, Last Day of June, Life is Strange Before the Storm, Night in the Woods, and Sea Hero Quest VR. Game design is Assassin's Creed, Horizon Zero Dawn, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Nier Automata, Snipper Clips, and What Remains of Edith Finch. And I wouldn't be super surprised if Edith Finch knocked out Nier Automata there, or if some other weird game got game design. That seems like that's the only Nier Automata vote that they've gotten, which inherently, when you throw out Zelda and Mario Odyssey, because while Nintendo is a Japanese company, they don't really make Japanese focused products so much. Like, I just cannot put Super Mario Odyssey on the same level as Nier Automata, or you know, any of the many other Japanese focused games that have that style, that have that anime inspiration. And Nintendo is just kind of doing its own thing, and it's a very global thing that has a global appeal. I would also argue that Nintendo products are pretty much kids games, and like, even if you compare it to that, things like Pokemon are way more globally appealing than things like Yokai Watch, which is effectively almost the same story. Yokai Watch, or Digimon is another great example. It's like, so what I want to get down to this is that there's literally only 2 nominations for Nier Automata. Game Innovation also has a nomination, and that means of these, I would say about 20 to 30 nominations of games, only 1 Japanese game was even in consideration. Now, for 2018, is that fair? Maybe. Like, I'd have to really give it some thought. Are there some other Japanese games that came out this year? If maybe throw out the PC version of Bayonetta as a remaster. Well, honestly, like, they may be right for 2017. I can't think of anything else that was really blowing up the world. Oh yeah, Persona. There's no Persona listing here. That's a huge oversight. Let's see. Yeah, there's no Persona. I don't think the Catherine reboot has come out yet. There's no Final Fantasy listed here. Yeah, there's at least 2 more games that should have been nominated on this list. Game Innovation was the last one. Gorgoa, Hellblade, Zelda, Nier Automata, Snipperclips, and What Remains of Edith Finch. Let's see. Games. I'm gonna just Google 2017 and let's see. Resident Evil 7. Here's a Polygon 50 best games of 2017. We can get a decent list here. I'll stay on Polygon site even though I know they're garbage. Oh no, this is not gonna work well at all. It's showing a picture of every single game. Yakuza 0, another non-mentioned game. Not that I would for a second argue that Yakuza 0. Let's see. Can I play anything else besides this? Not really. Splatoon 2. Neo should be considered. ARMS, not really. And games like Last Day in June is a game I never even heard of. It's getting rated very high. Gorgoa getting rated very high because of the timing of it in which it was released. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom, maybe not. Rockin', Rakuen, didn't get mentioned. Ys 8 should be considered. When you even heard of Blackwood Crossing? Jeez, some of these games literally. Do we have enough here? If I killed these two, this one would die. I don't think that's necessary though. Like, this game Blackwood Crossing is rated on Polygon's top 50 as 25. Hellblade is 24. Pyre, Evil Within 2 maybe should have been considered. Fire Emblem Heroes definitely should have been considered. Gravity Rush 2 should be considered. Maybe XCOM 2, War of the Chosen. Let's see. Get Destiny 2 is 12, and then Butterfly Soup is 11. And I seriously doubt Butterfly Soup deserves to be that high. Let's see. I can just... Let's play this. And... this. And this. And let's just take the victory. Like, every time there's a award show, I really have to question why they pick half these things. Alright, so Polygon's top 10. Persona 5 is number 6. Resident Evil is number 5. Nier Automata is number 4. Super Mario Odyssey is number 3. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is number 2, which, interesting, that didn't get anything. And Breath of the Wild is number 1. So, there is at least 3 games that could have been in consideration and just aren't even nominated. Alright, and it seems like if I get one more even quick Hunter Tavern Brawl, we'll be done with the Asian account. Let's see. Your Gamer has an article. Pokemon Go is bringing back Lugia, one of the toughest legendaries, in a raid battle until April 2nd of April. So, like, that's good for those people who are playing Pokemon Go, and for some reason they have a trailer on their website for the new Pokemon movie 21, which I believe is just the default name they give to all the Pokemon movies. Wow, a rainbow dyed colored hair blonde girl trying to stick her Eevee back in a Pokeball. Seems like this might be set in kind of a French version of Pokemon World. It looks kind of Ghibli-esque. And there's Ash Ketchum. Ash Ketchum has been drawing a little bit younger. Like, instead of getting older, he somehow managed to get younger in over the course of the movies. Well, I guess they know their audience though, so there's really no room to complain there. That is an interesting question. If you are going to if you are going to introduce your child to Pokemon, so they're to the point where they could sit through a Pokemon movie, do you show them Pokemon movie #1, or do you show them Pokemon movie 21, or how far back do you go? Whereas it runs into that whole comic book issue of I'm just gonna play this one. Where do you start? Like, where do you start in a comic book series if you're 500 issues into it? And that's where the whole New 52 for DC came in, and that didn't really work that well as a concept. And so then they just consistently ended up rebooting. Well, I'm not gonna kill that guy in time, so I'm gonna play this. Wow, this is the second time I think I've been pointed to Blade Strangers for Nintendo Switch Amazon link. Seems like the creators of the game are pushing pre-orders directly through Amazon. And I need to probably mute that creator. Then, because they're not giving me reviews or any kind of critical things. I'm never gonna be so desperate that I'm looking at Steam review. Well, not Steam, but Amazon.com reviews. But I am, however, desperate to mute more non-video game related Twitter activity on my Twitter. So here's another person that's going silent, and I believe there's another person that's gonna go silent too. No, they're just PC hardware manufacturers I'm muting, so I won't see their ads. If I kill this and summon a 1/1 Mastiff. Let's see. Moving on, Microsoft targets game devs with a new device agnostic gaming cloud business. I'm still not sold on gaming clouds, gaming in the cloud, or cloud services running significant portions of your game. I just don't believe it. I don't trust in the US's internet infrastructure being able to support it. I don't believe that you can get it down to low latency. I don't believe it adds anything significant to gameplay. But this is a Gamma Sutra article if you want to read it. I'm going to just close it since I'm so skeptical. So, let's see. Taunt. This. And then attack this. And then end the turn. Destroy a random enemy minion. So there's this game that's on sale right now it's early access and requires a virtual reality headset, and it's 15% off for $17, and it's called the Virtual Boxing League. And I really wanted this to be not VR, because I would like to find something like Punch Out type boxing game. I think I've even seen this game like quick looked before, in the Giant Bomb VR Rodeo. Let's see. Can we do anything? No, just destroy a random minion. And do that. Could have given my minions +1 attack. Let's go ahead and draw a card. And draw another card. And then attack this here. So, because I know I can't play Virtual Boxing League, maybe I can scroll down to the bottom and see if there's something like this. No, Steam is not pointing to any other boxing game. It's pointing to all kinds of other things. More like to see all. So my hopes are dashed against the rocks of Steam. Like, there's garbage in so many garbage shovelware on Steam, but when you actually do want a game, sometimes it doesn't exist. Like, I want a Punch-Out style boxing game that's on PC, because I can't cover non-Punch-Out style Nintendo things on my PC. Let's do this. Maybe I could just type in the word boxing into Steam and see if something comes up. That's an idea. Let's see. There's a Knockout League Arcade VR Boxing, the Thrill Fighting VR Boxing, Beast Boxing Turbo, like Boxing Apocalypse, Major League Boxing, which is another VR thing, World Circuit Boxing. Like, there are Boxing Fighter Super Punch out. Super Punch. There are a few, but not enough. Let's see, do I need to save myself or do I need to attack? I'm gonna attack. Olsen's Boxing Challenge, RPG Maker MV, Arc Survival Evolved. Yeah, you can't even go down one page for the phrase boxing. Let's see. Well, this one looks like it might be good. Beast Boxing Turbo takes it in a different direction because you're fighting monsters. It has 87% of 63 reviews were positive. Came out November 19th, 2014. I'm gonna wishlist this game. Boxing Apocalypse is a VR game and it's early access, so forget that. Can we not just have something a little less crazy than fighting beasts? Could have killed this one. See, Mech League Boxing doesn't look so much as like boxing as it does a VR game. You just swing your arms like crazy. Nope. World Circuit Boxing Looks like it might just be a stats game, a stat simulator with some terrible graphics. So no to that. Super Boxing, Super Punch Out. This is more of an arcade game, and it's not, doesn't look very well animated. It has no reviews. It came out November 25th, 2017. I had an idea for Steam Direct. If they had a 1 month cooldown on some of these characters, so that only a developer and a publisher could only release one game per month, unless they earned a certain level of trust, I think that would work rather well. Like, and it really wouldn't even affect too many people, because when you consider it, even the biggest publishers like Ubisoft and EA probably don't like release that often that it would be an issue. Let's see. Adapt. Poisonous stealth +1/+1. Let's see. Yeah, so if there was just like one game, you can publish one game per month, I imagine half of the people that want to flood the market with things would be slowed down to a point where they wouldn't even bother. And frankly, it would also stop the first timer who tried to put a bunch of games on Steam to say, look, you got to pick your best game that you want to sell on Steam, put it out this month, and if you, after that month, if you feel like you've made money and want to put another game out, that's fine. Oh man, I'm gonna lose. Oh darn it. Excuse me. So the thing here is, if I hadn't played this or this, I could have used this and done damage. He's gonna run out of time, maybe? Nope, he's gonna win. I thought if I thanked him back, he might let me win. But no such luck. I guess he probably needed a win desperately. One more game is all we need to do to win. Shadow of the Tomb Raider release date has been confirmed, due September. Full reveal expected in April. It is September 14th, 2018, which seems like a lot earlier than what I thought it was going to be. Which makes me feel like this game probably isn't going to be very long or very polished. Honestly, if it is just another couple of very large areas, like very large open area places where you can hunt 4 or 5 different types of animals, and you're half the time you're fighting humans, half the time the areas are empty, and then there's a bunch of scenes around those open world sections that are narrow hallways, like the second game was. It needs to be the great finale to a trilogy, and I would argue that the video game industry in particular has been very bad about doing the third trilogy movie well. If anything, the third game in any series is usually the worst. This is interesting. Abduction is 60% off, which puts it at $11.99. And that is quite a deal, honestly. But right now it has mixed reviews for the last 38. 67% of 28 user reviews are positive. So part of, I think, why you would see so many negative reviews is it's probably because it's not the best innovative game. It's very iterative of previous missed games, and they hadn't really adapted the new version and fixed some bugs and some issues. Let's see. Here's a review. Basically, the design isn't elegant enough to keep you from flopping around looking for the next thing to do. There exists a spectrum with first-person shooter puzzler on one and walking simulator on the other. The game is closer to a walking simulator than a lot of great first-person puzzlers. I don't know why he's using first-person shooter puzzlers on the market. There's no shooting and abduction at all. I guess he probably just means first-person perspective. Let's hit this guy. Let's see. The creation of walking simulators where you mostly just walk around in a straight row and there really isn't any puzzling has very much confused what Abduction, which is from the creators of Myst, is trying to do. And I could certainly see why people would be confused and think, oh yeah, this is just a walking simulator. It was never intended to be a walking simulator. It's intended to be this open world puzzle. I don't know why I did that. I could have attacked with this one and done one more damage. Let's see here. Controller support is broken. Can't play the game. Also on Mac, I get display errors. So it runs jaggy and poorly. The full screen function is not proper. Bugs. Here's one. Should have adjusted game mode difficulties. Introduce a mode which is easier and playable. Right now, for those of us who want to spend hours walking around with no clue what to do and literally nothing to interact with. Also, the resist is not press space to jump is hard. I wouldn't recommend the game for people who like fast progress or any at all. A game like Abduction really does need a warning in front of it, like in the same way that Myst kind of needs a warning in front of it. It's like some of the criticisms are clearly coming from they don't realize this what the game is, but a lot of this is also coming from the fact that Abduction is pretty empty and boring in many places. Version 1.7.0 came out March 15th. Let's see. And let's see. Play this. And I believe if I just do this, it'll kill both of these guys. So they say, abduction update. We're constantly tweaking and fixing abduction, but this update has a bit more than just tweaks and fixes. We've included a few extra places to explore, places that fill in a bit more of the story. It's a perfect time to play abduction to get a bit further, or maybe even try abduction in VR. Enjoy. Interesting. Interesting. So I own abduction. It probably wouldn't be a terrible thought for me to try and play it again. Let's see. I don't know if I could click play now, ever. So if they've added something, I wonder if I could go back into my my last save file and just run around the island real quick and see what I can find. And just do a quick version 1.70 update. Normally I wouldn't specifically want to go back and look at a game I've covered just because it's been updated, but if it's adding new content, that is something. That being said, there is also the argument that I haven't ever gone back and finished like the Talos Principle, which I'm sure has been updated to run a lot smoother, and I was running that on my laptop, not my GTX 970, so that too would have probably improved the quality. Let's see. This will be interesting because I can do that to kill him. Don't tell me you're gonna kill everything. Ugh. Let's see. Yet another game for the Year of the Pirate. Sea Dogs Caribbean Tales came out September 12th, 2006, and yet it only has 5 reviews. So this must be a re-release of a very old game. Yeah, and it kind of looks like a old game. I guess that would be nice. You're playing as this pirate lady, and if I can use a pun, you do get a nice view of the booty at all times. It looks very similar to the Disney Pirates of the Caribbean game, and boy was that a nightmare. Like, I rage quit that one. Single and local multiplayer, no online, full English. See what the reviews are. Like, there's no reviews at all, except for ones in Russian. I really wish Steam would start translating these Russian and other language things. Just Bing translates pretty good. Like, that's the one thing Bing kind of does, and Google certainly could also. So why they don't offer these services to forums is beyond me. Well, at the current moment, I can't see any reason why anybody would want to play a really old game. So unless you have some nostalgia for a game called Sea Dogs Caribbean Tales, no, I'd have to pass that. There's also a game called Sea Dogs that came out November 2000, but it was released. I could see, so there must be a niche number of people. And then Disciples 3 is also made by this developer. So it's not like it's a fake game or anything, it's just an old game, it seems. It seems like they've published a few games, but most of the ratings on these games are not very high. Let's see, Friendly Beast. Draw 2 cards. Let's see. Battlefront 2's premium currency is returning, but the new progression system sounds much better, according to PC Gamer. Real money will only be used for direct cosmetic purchases. So, here's the problem, though. You don't even really have to read this article any further than where it is right now. Like, have you, up to 12 hours ago when this article was published, have you really enjoyed and wanted to play Battlefront 2 so much that you would be willing to put in money to get cosmetic changes, and on top of that, put up with a new progression system that probably is going to be worse than whatever the current progression system is? Let's see. Alright. First things first, we do this. We have 2 beasts we can kill. This one will deal 1 damage to a random enemy. This one will do nothing, so we'll kill this one. We'll do this. And we'll do that. Although I guess I could have killed this guy, and I probably should have. So yeah, I think Battlefront 2 is dead in the water at this point. Like, I doubt you could do anything to save it. So they were teasing at Myst.com that there might be something new Myst, and so I haven't read this. In the fall of 1993, Cyan released Myst, blah blah blah. We'll skip this. With 2018 marking the 25th anniversary of Myst, Cyan would like to celebrate the journey. Over the last few years, we've been working to procure the rights to make all the Myst games available. As an indie developer, resources are limited for development, and acquiring rights isn't always an option. But we've managed to finally talk the right people and departments into putting funding together to make it happen. With agreements in place, we're happy to announce that we'll be releasing 4 Windows 10 versions of all the Myst games later this year. That is great. That means for the first time, Myst 3 Exiles, which someone argued with me. I still think if you change the story around a little bit, Myst 3 Exiles should have been the first game, since the puzzles are introductory and easier. Myst 3 Exiles and Myst 4, which I misspoke and did say ooh is Myst 4, but it kinda isn't, or completely isn't, I don't remember. And Myst 5 will all be, well, I believe Myst 4 and Myst 5 were available on PC but not Steam. So unless something really crazy happens, hopefully I don't end up having to buy several Myst games over again, but I wouldn't even be too upset if that was. We're on the European account now, so we need to play warrior cards and combo class cards. And let's start with, I guess, warrior this time, and then we'll take rogue as our secondary. For those who are interested, we wanted to create a physical collection and a unique package with a cool artifact. There'll probably be more adventures in the Mist universe, but we're reserving 2018 for remembering the journey. That's an interesting turn of phrase. So there's going to be like a box set of Mist, which, you know, I wouldn't be upset with buying that. Mist is one of my favorite games, so like I would not be upset with buying a box set. So that's a nice announcement. Speaking of announcements, I should have broken up this recording in between this, but we'll play one game. Yeah, so that saves me some frustration, because I was about to play Riven, and then I didn't really know what I was going to do after that. So as long as I get around to buying Mist 3 before a year from when Riven airs, which is probably in 3 or 4 months, let's see, what would help me win the most? I'm going to go with Priest cards. That'll be interesting. Yeah, so that's a nice surprise that Cyan, the creators of Mist, have both announced that they've gotten the rights to and the licenses back. I hope I'm reading that correctly, and they now will forever have the licenses back forever, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is a single release license agreement that actually eventually runs out. So that's definitely a deal that people will want to swoop in and get. And that certainly was, I would guess, part of the reason why Abduction even exists as a game, is that they were trying to make some more money and learn how to program in modern day. Let's see. Had nothing. Okay, Hearthstone Arena pick update has been changed. So according to update 10.4, they've rolled out some significant changes to Arena with the feedback of some alleged people who actually play the game. So based on feedback, legendary picks will now appear less often. Good. Below average picks will now appear more often. Okay. That doesn't sound like that's going to be the craziest fun thing in the world, but it makes sense. You want more variety and not having the same legendary cards played. Let's see, not holding a dragon. Hero powers are disabled. Or taunt. Let's see. Taunt, attack, in the turn. Ark Survival Evolved is coming to iOS and Android, because why not? Yet another PC game going to a cell phone just so that they can sell a few more copies. Ark Survival Evolved in particular, very sleazy. PC Gamer has an article, the new Tomb Raider movie isn't bad, but it would be a lot more fun if it was. Let's see. This. And this. And this. Tomb Raider is a thoroughly decent action movie that never really cuts loose to have fun. Interesting. Nobody's talking about the Rampage movie starring The Rock, which is technically based on the old NES arcade game Rampage, where the humans that turn into monsters and destroy buildings, and there's not much other story to it at all than that. Like, I would think some people would mention that one too. So it seems like the quotes here. What are the quotes? I can think of a lot of things that would have made Tomb Raider a much stupider movie. For example, dinosaurs. You know what? If Lara Croft had ridden a centaur. So, yeah, if you were going to try and do Tomb Raider as an attempt to what am I trying to say here? If you're trying to do Indiana Jones without using Harrison Ford or Steven Spielberg, Tomb Raider is a very good, recognizable name to do it. And I think that's what they're going for. And it seems like they've succeeded. So, I want to hear some more movie reviews of Tomb Raider, but I doubt there's really too much video game related to say about it. The movie Tomb Raider, like, it's just kind of there. Wow, 41 of warrior class cards already done. Maybe I already had some of them done. Well, time to break up again. We're doing good. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned if you're watching live. If you want to friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. If you want to support me, give me something on Steam. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.